of Moses, the Lord's servant, the Lord spoke to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' assistant. He said, "Now that my servant Moses is dead, you must lead my people across the Jordan River into the land I'm giving them. I promise you," verse 3, "what I promise you what I promised Moses. Everywhere you go, you will be on the land I have given you. From the Negev desert in the south to the Lebanon mountains in the north, from the Euphrates River on the east to the Mediterranean Sea on the west. In all the land of the Hittites," beautiful kind of very enlarged land that was promised to them. "No one will be able to stand their ground against you as long as you live. For I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will not fail you or abandon you. Be strong and courageous, for you will lead my people to possess all the land I swore to give their ancestors. Be strong and very courageous. Obey all the laws Moses gave you. Do not turn away from them, and you will be successful in everything you do. Study this book of the law continually, meditate it day and night, so you may be sure to obey all that is written in it. Only then you will succeed. I command you, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." The topic I entitled this beautiful account, very, very meaty and very, very rich, to ponder the message of the Lord, the land. The message is mission or missions to fruitfulness. All of us are in the mission on earth. The Bible is very clear. There's a word that is there. We are a foreigner. We are not permanently living in this land. So we are mission to fruitfulness. Now Joshua, the second leader that God has appointed to replace Moses after the 40 years leadership in the wilderness, from Egypt to the wilderness. Now Joshua now is leading the next generation of Jewish believers to the God, the creator of the heavens and the earth. The second generation. And then the Lord is very, very precise and direct concerning the calling of this man of God, Joshua, who was Moses' assistant or Moses' servant, to lead the people of Israel to the promised land. That is a destiny which I will apply to us this afternoon, not only in the physical world, but also in the spiritual world. And so here we are, as they're getting ready to cross the Jordan River with from 1.5 to 2 million people of the original group of people from Egypt. Shall we say 3 million people. The two remaining original group of people from Egypt to the promised to the wilderness, before they crossed the Jordan River, out of these 3 million, 2.5 million people, there were only two who qualified to cross the Jordan River: Moses and Joshua, and of course Caleb. Caleb, Moses, and then because Joshua now, the next generation who will bring them, 20 under are qualified to cross the Jordan River, but the people from the beginning of Egypt, they all died in the wilderness. A very, very strong message. Not all of them who received promise will go to the promised land. Many of them died. God killed them, destroyed them, because, idolatry, complaining, this kind of thing, living in sin, and what we call that is against the law of God. So here we are now. Let's go now to Joshua. And first thing you can see here is in verse 3. You'll go jump to the point. I promise you what I promised Moses, everywhere you go, you will be on land I have given you. From the Negev desert in the south to the Lebanon mountains in the north, from the Euphrates River on the east to the Mediterranean Sea on the west, in all the land of the Hittites. The first thing that you can say concerning this journey that God is unveiling to us, because we're in the journey, number one point here is reach out to possess the places belongs to God. What belongs to you? You can see it, put something here. Reach out the place that rightfully belongs to you. Reach out the places rightfully, that's a very strong word. You have it. It was a covenant promise. It was suspended from the previous generation. Now Joshua is active, fulfilling what God has promised in the same promise. We are now active, moving to that direction, fulfilling the same promise. Reach out to what is right, the places that is rightfully belongs to you. Now, he goes on to say that everywhere you go, you will be in a land I have given you. Precise promise of God. It is not a conjecture kind of thing. It is already given to you. The place, wherever you go. You know what? I'll make some application on that. Physical world, spiritual world, and things. To the point. Now, we are in a journey. We know from Brother Derek, to all of us, and other people who are not with us, the main reason we are in this place, and we are believers, we came from the nation that is called Third World. Singapore is the, first world is like rich nation world. Our coming to this place is not to be comfortable. Yes, it is accompanied, but the coming to Australia, my coming to America, my going to the nation, rich, there is still up to now, is the strong nation, second is China, is to possess and fulfill what God had in mind in our lives in this journey. As I journeyed America and 17 nations, and now in Australia to you, the main reason is wherever you go, every place that your foot had trod upon, listen to the word, it is not work of your strength, I have given unto you. As Father Derek is in that area, Lord, you have put me and my family here. I will begin now to possess what rightfully belongs to me. You not only claiming believing because that is rightfully belongs to you. In Rote Hill, in Mount Druid, and here in this place, God, I thank you. In other words, put it in another level. In other words, God is saying that in the place of your residence, as you place your foot upon that area of Rote Hill, Mount Druid, in the place of Father Derek, number one that is given to you, you will be a blessing. The Bible says, in blessing I will bless you, and whatever you do will prosper. You will be the head and not the tail. In other words, there are many millionaires there, there are intellectual people there, there are influential people, but God is saying that your mission is in the place of your residence where God has placed you and put you in Quaker's Hill. You will be a blessing, which means if the soul of the earth in that area, spiritually speaking, is tainted with darkness and all the kind of sin, when you live in that area, the atmosphere of that place is being changed. Because your presence and the presence of God in your life, in your aura, in your joy is God. When you step in that place and you live in that area, darkness will back off, backward slowly. The place is being possessed by God to the instrumentality of each one of you. That's powerful. Right there, possesses. Lord, I thank you. We are not only one family here, it's going to be big. Oh, then as I walk, Lord, as I walk, I claim this house, save them, oh God. That's rightfully belongs to you. That's how God is giving us. So that blessing, I give it to you. And now, another thing is that place, spiritually speaking, yeah, that area, starting from a small square area, it will continue to expand. This is the power. Listen to the next word. Not only you will become a blessing in the place you possess, you reclaim that belongs to you, you will use your authority vested upon you by the Lord. When you are there, the authority of heaven, sanctioned by the Trinity, is backing you up. You are not second-class people. You are not ordinary people, because God that placed you there. Whenever you pray, the place is being shaken, darkness is being afraid, because you are there for a reason. Authority of heaven is coming down when you pray. The enemy is weakening. Wonderful. You can see how big is huge. The Lord has given us such a wonderful covenant promise. Right there, you're blessed. And then, because of that, it's in your place. Because of us, getting to the higher, before I go to the second point, big thing. Don't underestimate your influence and your blessing in your authority. Authority, that's what happened when I was given a floor to stand there. I volunteered because I cannot see myself a small, short, dark person. The person that is inside of me, if there's an opportunity, my kids know that, my wife knows that, I will stand. I will not be intimidated. Once I open my mouth, they will listen, and God will move. And four things. Not only we are in a journey just like Joshua, the whole Australia will be blessed. As we claim to Australian believers there in the Northern Territory, in Tasmania, in New South Wales, in Melbourne, plus the brothers and sisters, because of our presence as we journey together, this is the work of the kingdom. God, we claim Australia. We claim Northern Territory. Bless the people there, the minister there. It is not an individual group of people only working, oh, this is my kingdom, this is another denomination. No. We're working as a team. We claim, oh God, Australia, because this place is already given to us. Big. So don't look only in the area of Riverstone, go beyond. Now the promise of the Lord, as I move, another area here is this. Look at the next word so you can see. So we can have a vision that is continually enlarging. Now the Bible is very clear here. Everywhere you go, you will be on land I have given you. From Negev desert in the south to Lebanon mountains in the north, specifically mentioned by God for a reason, for us to understand the wonderful hand of God moving and giving us insight and understanding that what you claim and what you believe, as you move by faith in claiming that area, I want you to know it will continue to expand the influence of your life. From Negev to Euphrates River on the east to the Mediterranean Sea on the land of the Hittites. What happened here, as I try to convert it in my mobile phone this afternoon, God has promised to them from Iraq, Israel, Jordan, as I look research, in Turkey, 2,253, southern Israel, Negev desert, and then Mediterranean Sea boundaries of Iraq, Jordan, and Israel area. All in all, what God has promised to the nation of Israel with, shall we say, 2 million people, is equivalent to 621,500 square kilometers. God gave them 240,000 square miles. Now, when they started to live in the promised land with 24,000 square miles, it's already huge and big to live in. And it's so big for them. They possess it. God designed, God planned for them. It's not only the 10%, which is 24,000 square miles, for them to enjoy the promised land. God designed for them. 240,000 square miles to enjoy in the territory from the north to the south, the Mediterranean Sea, and things like that. God is revealing something. When you move to that mission, move with an eye of faith. Because you are sanctioned, you become a blessing, you have authority, because of your influence, you're West Australia, in other words, from this whole beginning that we are starting here in other group of people, look beyond. In due time, as God permits and allows, we can move to another nation to become a blessing. So right here, this is a promise of the Lord to the nation of Israel. The blessing is given to them. Australia is blessed. I emphasize this. Australia is blessed because of the faithful men and women like you in some other Christian groups. Faithful men and women is not being biased. God has brought us to this land to change the thermometer of the land to make it on fire for God. Because when you came here for many years, it was just stagnant and a ritual, and we're not putting them down. God has bring us with the end.